Hare Krishna, Namaste, Chapter 18, which is entitled as Sannyasa Yoga. Sloka 2. śrī-bhagavān uvāca kāmyānāṁ karmaṇāṁ nyāsaṁ sannyāsaṁ kavayo viduḥ sarva-karma-phala-tyāgaṁ prāhus vicakṣaṇāḥ. Let's recollect the question that asked by Arjuna in Sloka 1. Arjuna desired to know the true meaning of the terms sannyāsa and tyāga. Do these two terms have different meanings, or do they mean the same? In either case, Arjuna wanted to have a clear understanding of the nature of these two terms. Krishna is going to respond saying these two terms are synonymous and the difference of opinion exists only in describing its nature. So Krishna in Sloka 2 and Sloka 3 is going to explain 4 types of philosophers and their viewpoint about tyāga sannyāsa. In Sloka 2, 2 types of them, and in Sloka 3, the next 2 type of philosophers. What they say about tyāga sannyāsa. There are many schools of thoughts. They have so many ideas of their own. Each one has their understanding on these terms. After explaining these 4 types, then Krishna establishes his philosophy. That is in Sloka 4. Now let's focus on Sloka 2, its meaning. śrī-bhagavān uvāca, the Supreme Personality of Godhead said, kavayo, the learned. Though Krishna uses the term kavayo, meaning very learned, but it is actually not an appreciation, rather he is trying to say, since they are very learned, they come up with their own philosophies, which is a problem by itself. It is true that one scholar do not agree to another scholar. Like one artist do not appreciate or agree to another artist. So, some wise person who are able to apprehend the subtle meanings, whereas others are unable to grasp, though they are learned. Tyāgam sannyāsaṁ. Tyāga, known as sannyāsaṁ, is kāmyānāṁ, performed with a desire for the reward, karmaṇāṁ, of karmas, of actions, nyāsaṁ, renouncing into, viduḥ, know, vicakṣaṇāḥ, the people who are able to have a deep understanding, tyāgam sannyāsaṁ, sannyāsa known as tyāga is sarva-karma of all action, phala-tyāgaṁ, relinquishing only the fruits, prāhus, declare. Translation: the Supreme Personality of Godhead said, the giving up of activities that are based on material desire is what great learned men call the renounced order of life, sannyāsa, and giving up the results of all activities is what the wise call renunciation, tyāga. As we said earlier, there are 4 schools of thoughts which are being discussed in this verse and in the following verse. First thing is that Krishna establishes the terms sannyāsa and tyāga mean same. So Krishna is not trying to say what are the difference between tyāga and sannyāsa. Rather, Krishna says they both are same but has different nature in the way it has been described. In the world, the difference of opinion regarding the nature of sannyāsa, which bears another name, tyāga. So let's understand in this sloka the terms sannyāsaṁ and tyāgam are being used. In the first half of the sloka, one type of philosopher, and in the second half of the sloka, another type of philosopher are being discussed. Because they use different terms, one uses sannyāsa, another one uses tyāga, doesn't mean they are trying to say sannyāsaṁ is different from tyāgam and tyāgam is different from sannyāsaṁ. In the first half of the sloka, it is said some wise person say sannyāsa is the complete renunciation of desire prompted actions. We'll see what the desire prompted action means. If that is the case, do they consider tyāga to be different from sannyāsa? And if it is different, what is it then? That is not what the discussion here at all. Likewise, in the second half of the sloka, there are some wise people. They say sarva-karma-phala-tyāgaṁ. That is called tyāga, giving up all activities. Therefore, that is called tyāga. So, that means sannyāsa is different from what has been said in the second half of the sloka, which speaks about tyāga. If so, then what is sannyāsa? None of these things are the discussion over here, because it is very clear the terms are interchangeably used. They mean the same. They are complementary to each other. So the way we should understand this sloka is where the two types of people being mentioned by Krishna here. One type of people who has opinion that sannyasa, also known as tyāga, is the complete renunciation of all action, that which motivates one to obtain some rewards. Whereas the second type of scholars, they give up only the rewards, the fruits of all actions, which is what called as sannyāsa, which is also known as tyāga. Let's not lose focus here if it is too technical, but this will be very clear as we go further into this one. So please stay focused. The key message from this sloka is that the term sannyāsaṁ and the term tyāgam are synonymous. One say giving away actions is sannyāsa. One say giving away the fruits of one's action is tyāga. Therefore, giving away is common in either cases, whether it's sannyāsa or you term it as tyāga. The reason that Krishna is explaining these philosophers or types of people, not that giving that we have many options to pick, rather to express that these terms have been used interchangeably by many scholars, but that doesn't mean they are excellent. Its purpose is only to show how there are difference of opinion in the world. Now we saw giving away seem to be common between all the philosophers. But now the question is, what does that need to be given away? Whether the action should be given away or whether the fruits of one's action should be given away. For that reason, we need to understand what are the actions. There are three types of karmas, trivida karmas: nitya karma, naimittika karma, kamya karma. Nitya karma means obligatory karmas that happens every day. Naimittika karma means occasional activities that happens in a month or in a yearly basis. And kamya karma means desire prompted karmas, activities. So the question and the difference arises between these three things. Should one give away all the three, or should one do one or two of these threes, or one should give away the fruits, or one should do all the threes with certain understanding? Give away the day-to-day karmas, or give away karmas happens occasionally, or give away karmas that meant for material stability, or as this is very well known among people, give away family members, duties and responsibilities and take the renounced order of life, which is called a sannyāsa. So first, before getting into the details, let's understand these three karmas, viduḥ karmas. Nitya karmas are those activities, actions that is performed on a daily basis, like sandhya vandana, aradhana, chanting the Vedic mantras, japa, studying the scriptures, serving the temple and society. These are all nitya karmas, meaning daily obligatory activities. Say Panchamahayagya, offering to the Lord by chanting the Vedas, offering to the Devas by Archana, offering to Pitrus, the ancestor, by Tarpana, offering to guest by some articles which includes food, wealth, etc., and offering to other living entities like animals and birds by food. These are called nitya karmas, which are prescribed to be done on a daily basis without fail. Whereas the second type of karma is known as naimitika karma, meaning occasional karmas. Occasional doesn't mean optional, that is also mandatory and obligatory, but it is not done on a daily basis. It is done on an event of an occasion, like Shraddham, doing a puja for the ancestors, or during the Surya Grahana, Chandra Grahana, during the eclipse. These types of karmas are known as naimitika karma, which happens due to some occasion, due to some event. In one sense, we can also say nitya karma to be as naimitika karma as well, because it is morning time, an event should be performed. Because it is an afternoon time, a certain things has to be performed. So there is also a occasion, therefore we perform nitya karma. But the only difference why this is differentiated from naimitika karma is because nitya karma happens every day. Though there is an event that triggers to be performed, that happens every day. Therefore it is called nitya karmas. One has to do sandhya vandana every day. One should not fail to do chanting japa every day. One should not stop doing aradhana, archana to the deities every day. One should not fail to study the scriptures every day. One should chant the Vedas, stotra, slokas every day. Therefore it is called nitya karma. Whereas naimitika karma happens on an occasional basis, either monthly or yearly. We know it's coming, we have to do, but it is not fixed every time. It varies according to the Vedic calendar, which triggers one to perform certain karmas. Therefore it is called naimitika karma, which is different from nitya karma, which happens every day. The third type of karma action that's classified is called kamya karma, which is desire prompted karmas, activities like putra kameshti, jyotishtoma, vayavya. One performs putra kameshti yagya to get a putra, a son. One performs jyotishtoma yaga to go to heaven. One may perform vayavya to get wealth. Like this, there are many rituals that are mentioned in the Vedas, which can be picked by those who desire to get certain results. If what has been explained now is clear, then the following that we are going to discuss is going to be very easy to understand, because the four types that Krishna is going to explain revolves around these three karmas. The first type of people who say giving up the kamya karma is what known as tyāga or sannyāsa. Again, kamya karma means those karmas, activities, rituals that are mentioned in the Vedas which are desire prompted. I want to have a son. Let me do this karma. I want to have enough wealth. Therefore, I do this karma. These are called kamya karmas, desire prompted karmas. So the type 1 person says one should give up kamya karmas, whereas the nitya karma and naimitika karma should be continued, should not be given up. The second type of person is going to say, do all the three, nitya karma, naimitika karma, kamya karma, but renounce the fruits of the activity that's mentioned in the Vedas. Why? Because like the kamya karma which gives certain result for the performer, even nitya karma and naimitika karma, it is said in the Vedas, will give some result. Therefore, do all three types of karmas but renounce the fruits. That type 2. Type 3 person is going to say, this is in Sloka 3, he is going to say that give up all nitya, naimitika, kamya karma because they are fault by themselves. They have some faults in it. Whereas the fourth type of person is going to say, do all the three. They do not have any faults. This is different from type 2. Type 2 is focusing on renouncing the fruits by doing all the three karmas. Type 4 is focusing, saying that there is no fault in any of these three karmas. Therefore, you can perform all the three karmas. These are the 4 types that we are going to see in Sloka 2 and Sloka 3. Then Krishna is going to give his matam, his philosophy, which is pretty close to type 4. In our next session, we will learn the different types of people who has different opinion of what the nature of what tyāga means, which also known as sannyāsa. Namaste. Hare Krishna.